Hi, 8th grade. This is lesson 1 of module 9. Construct and interpret two-way frequency tables. The I can statement says I can construct a two-way table summarizing data, complete a table given partial data, and interpret data to determine whether there is an association between two variables. So we'll look at all that. If you haven't done the Spark Your Learning, I would highly recommend that you pause the video here, go back and do that, and then we can look at this. Okay, so hopefully you did this Spark Your Learning. We're going to go through quickly the build understanding, and then I want you to pause and work on this on your own, then come back and we'll work on it together, fill it out. So it's at number 1, a software company gives its employees the choice of using a treadmill desk or a regular desk. And you can kind of see here this picture. I've never seen one, but that is what a treadmill desk looks like down there in the corner of the picture. Employees can also choose a laptop computer or a tablet computer. This two-way table, so here's this table, shows the results from the survey of 200 company employees. So that's the total for all the questions they asked. They asked 200 people altogether. So they want you to explain how you can fill in the missing value in this bottom row, then fill in this value. Explain how you can fill in the missing values in the treadmill desk column. How can you fill in that missing value? And this regular desk column. So you want to figure these out. And this one you should have already done in A. And then fill in those values. And then C, explain how you can fill in these missing values in the total column and then fill in the values. And then D, explain how you can check the values you wrote in the total column are correct. So how can you check that? So go ahead and pause the video here, work on this, and then we'll come back and do it together. All right, so hopefully you've worked on this on your own. One thing I want to mention before we get started in filling out the answers to the questions is this vocabulary. So they say you've already used tables to look for patterns in data. A two-way table is a table that displays two variable data by organizing it into rows and columns. So that's what they've done here. They have two different types of data. They ask questions about two different things, and then they created this table with both data sets and the totals for everything. So let's go and look at A. Explain how you can fill in the missing value of the bottom row. So that's this total row here. And then fill in the value. So we know that 34 plus whatever this missing value is has to equal the total 200. So we can subtract, and you can probably do it different ways, but that's one way that you can do it is I can subtract the given data or the given information from the total. And so if I subtract 200 minus 34, I get 166. So let's look at B. Explain how you can fill in the missing values in the treadmill desk column. So again, I'm going to subtract what is there for the tablet from the total of 34. So I would again say I can subtract the tablet number from the total. So you have 34 minus 20, that's 14. So C, explain how you can fill in the missing values in the total column on the right side of the table, then fill in the values. So with this one, you can add the 14 plus the 79. So you can say I can add the number for treadmills plus regular desks, the choices people have made. To get the total. and then subtract that from 200. So if we do 14 plus 79, that would be 93. And then 200 minus 93 is 107. So then D, explain how you can check the values you wrote in the total column are correct. So I want to know, does 193 plus 107 equal 200? Yes, it does. And I just realized that I forgot to, for B, fill in the regular dest. And so again, you would subtract the 166 minus 79, and that would give me 87. So now it's all filled in. And how can you check the values in the total columns are correct? So you would just add the numbers together. Does 79 plus 87 equal 166? Yes. Does 14 plus 20 equal 34? Yes. And we already said 93 plus 107 equals 200. So that's this page. Let's write that down. Add the two numbers in each column. And they should sum to the total. So go ahead and try the turn and talk if you want, and then there is one more page that we're going to look at a little bit of the step it out. All right, so let's look at the step it out briefly. Number 2, it says a survey asked 80 adults about gym memberships and exercise apps. Of those without a gym membership, 16 had an exercise app on their phone. Construct a two-way frequency table to display the data. So they give you a lot of information, and what I've done is I've highlighted the important information here, and you can see also in the blue and the green. And so that'll help you fill out the table. I'm going to do just a couple, and then you can work on the rest on your own. And then it says, finally, in each column, add the values to the top rows to get the value for the total cell in the bottom row. So again, that'll be in this table. This F and G are the ones that I wanted to kind of get you started on as well. What percentage of the adults surveyed had an exercise app? And they give you the formula. So that's what you'll be filling in these boxes. What percentage of adults surveyed who have a gym membership have an exercise app? So again, they give you what you need to do there. And then H, is there an association between having a gym membership and having an exercise app? Explain. So here's the vocabulary box for association. It says, to determine if there is an association between two categories, divide the number of people who fit into both categories by the total for one of those categories. If that percentage is greater than the percentage of all people surveyed who are in that category, then the categories have an association. So we'll look at that together. So pause here, try to work on this on your own, and then we'll look at it together. All right, so hopefully you tried to do this on your own, and we'll look at it together. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I just want to get you started. So a survey asked 80 adults about gym memberships and exercise apps. Those who without a gym membership, 18 or 16 had an exercise app. So that would be no membership, but they have an app. So that's what you would do when you're looking at these. You would write that number in there so that it goes along with what they're telling you. So then they tell you that, well, they also tell you that a survey asked 80 adults about the gym memberships and exercise app. That's the whole total of everybody that they talk to is 80. So that'll help you as well. So go ahead and fill in the rest of the table using all the things that they give you, all the information. 36 adults have a gym membership and an exercise app. So has a membership, has an app, that would go there. 48 have a gym membership. So that means that the total who have a gym membership, whether they have an app or not, is there, and so on. So you can complete that table on your own. This, they tell you complete the total column, and they give you what information will help you. So for B, C, and D, you can use the information, the help that they give you, and the information that's highlighted in all these areas. E, finally, in each column, add the values to the top two rows, and then get the total for the get value for the total cell in the bottom row. F, what percentage of adults surveyed have an exercise app? So here they give you the formula to be able to figure that out. So total number of adults with an app, that will be here. And then total number of adults surveyed, that's 80. So you're going to use division to get this number, and I'm going to write it in so that you can see it, and then if you don't have it quite right, you can, so that's 0.65, and that's 65% if you change that to a percent. So what percentage of adults surveyed who have a gym membership have an exercise app? They tell you the number of adults with a gym membership and an app. So if you filled in the table, you'll be able to see that. They tell you the total number with a gym membership is 48. So then once you have figured this and you have these percentages, you should be able to answer 8 also using this vocabulary. So, I mean, I don't want to do the whole lesson for you. I want you to really look at this and practice it and use what you learned in the Build Understanding to finish this, step it out, and then you can go on and finish the rest of the lesson. So I'll see you in lesson 9.2.